morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started now. Isn't this a wonderful place? So I'm typically not a very religious person, but I would like to have a blessing on this place, and I've asked my brother-in-law Jerry to say the blessing. And the reason I did that is because every single time we had a roadblock, everything that came up, it just seemed like it was moved out of our way and something came along that was even better. So a perfect example was when we finished the roundabout and we bid out everything else. We were about $700,000 short or more. And I went in and told the commissioners, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to do the other half of the road. And you know, they were like, well, we're going to do the best we can with what we have, and it'll be great. It'll still be great. And about a half hour later, we got a call from Bernie Marino's office giving us $1 million for this project. So with that, I want to introduce Jerry Olinger, who will give the blessing today.
Well, good morning. This is a great day, and you know, we're here to, thank you. We are here to celebrate and give thanks to a lot of people, but I think it's very appropriate that we start by giving thanks to God. So if you would, please bow your head, join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the reason we have come together this morning. We are here to celebrate the completion of the Skip's Landing project. We give thanks to you, Lord, for the family of Skip Farrell. Their generosity and vision has enabled this beautiful park to become a reality. We also give thanks to the people of Coshocton County who latched onto that vision and helped it to grow and materialize. We appreciate our local community members and businesses that provided support in many, many different ways. But most of all, we give thanks to you, Father, for what you've done. The Bible tells us that if our prayers align with your will for us, those prayers will be answered. As Mary said, on multiple occasions, roadblocks popped up in the progression of this project. Each and every time this occurred, you opened another door. Unexpected finances arrived, materials were donated, and many other solutions just happened. We thank you, Father, for nudging those individuals and companies when they were needed the most. We truly believe this project is completed because it was your will for it to be done. Father, we pray the people of Coshocton County and visitors to our county will have countless hours of enjoyment with this new version of Skip's Landing. We also pray for the safety and well-being of all those who spend time here. Father in heaven, you are kind, loving, patient, and a generous God. We thank you for the blessings you give us every day. We ask that you continue to bless Skip's Landing. It's in the name of Jesus that we pray. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Dane Shryock, one of the board members of the Coshocton County Commissioners. Present with us today is Gary Fisher, another board member. I want to offer Bob Bigring, the third member of our board, condolences. He's actually in Alaska on a vacation, so we miss him, but we do have a very good active board right now, and we just appreciate this project. I want to welcome everyone to this transformational project. How exciting for our community in Coshocton. But I want to say this project actually started back in the early 2000s. Our previous county engineer, excuse me, Fred Wattell, said that every property that comes available in this floodplain or flood zone way should be tried to be purchased for green space. And that project started actually in 2000 or 2002. And it's taken this long to be able to get to where we're at today. I want to say that when this property came up for sale, Dolores Farrell and her family contacted government officials here locally, the city and the county, and asked if there was any interest in purchasing this property because she felt that it was an actual avenue into the community and it should look presentable and welcoming. So they are here today, so I want to thank Dolores and her family. We were able to purchase originally this piece of property with the help of retired Senator Jay Hottinger, who gave us capital funds. Robert Simpson Foundation donated money as well, and the Coshocton Foundation was the original start seed money for the original project. Then along came McWayne Ductil, a local factory in this community that's been very community supportive. And I want to say, these kind of projects never happen without public-private partnerships. Government does not do these on their own. And McWayne stepped up after multiple conversations with our project coordinator, Mary Beck, and said, you know, I think a river walk down here would look really well on this property. So we want to donate $500,000, $500,000 to make that happen. And I don't know if anybody's here from McWayne, but I think we need to give them an applause. And one of the reasons that is so important is not just the river walk, but after that happened and the river walk was put in, the Governor DeWine, and his office staff, the Department of Development, and Director of Appalachia, Ohio, and John Kerry's with us today, he'll speak in a few minutes, came out with a project and said, we're going to give the 32 Appalachia counties $500 million in a competitive grant program to do transformational projects. That started clear back in 2022, I believe, and after over probably 100 meetings with local and government officials around the state, we eventually got awarded $6.7 million. But one of the reasons we got awarded was because we could use McWayne's Riverwalk $500,000 as a match for those funds, and also convince the state that we were very sincere in making this project a transformational project to our community. So with that, I do want to recognize that under the leadership of Governor DeWine, the Department of Development, Lydia Mahalik, and John Kerry actually are the ones that made this project happen with that money. A keynote for this project is that 15 of the 16 contractors that worked on this project of millions of dollars were all local contractors. When those millions of dollars are spent, it just doesn't go in the contractor's pocket. It goes into those employees' pocket. And what do those employees and contractors do? They spend money in the community, driving economic development, which is very important. These content projects are economic-driven projects. So I want to thank them for those. But I do want to recognize maybe 3 of the primary or 4 of the primary contractors. William Albert is represented here by Joey. They had the majority of the excavating contract here. Hathaway's Construction, Dustin. All right, way back there waving. Thank you, both of them. Additionally, Wagner's had a lot of the plumbing and electrical contractor, along with Hilsher Clark. Both of them teamed up together to make this project happen. But those are only 4 of those 16 contractors, and I want to apologize not being able to have time to recognize all of them. So at this point, I would like to turn the rest of this program over to Mary Beck, our project coordinator, and she'll go through with these people. These kind of projects aren't managed from a board. They're managed from board appointed employees. I will say this for Mary, she's the one that ran the project for the health department in the community room on that $2.2 million project. She also was the project manager on the EMS building, which is a $4.9 million. Project manager on the new Justice Center, which is a $40 million project. And and she was the project manager on this, which has exceeded about $8 million. And she's represented the county well in these endeavors. So Mary, please welcome.
Thank you very much. I think that this has been, for me, it's been a real labor of love. I have been really invested in this since 2020, and it's been at times very difficult and very challenging, but it's been a wonderful experience, and I hope that everybody enjoys it and loves it as much as I do. With that, I'm going to introduce Mr. John Kerry. He is the director of the Governor's Office of Appalachia, where we were granted the money to do this project.
Thank you. All I can say is wow. When I crossed the bridge to come to the event this on a Saturday morning, I thought, well, there might be 50 people here. And I was just blown away by the project, to see how it turned out, what the great work is, see all the folks here at the farmer's market and the kids playing on the playground, and of course people driving around the roundabout. The governor, if he was here, he sends his congratulations on the completion of the project. But I can guarantee you what he would say is, this is exactly what I wanted. When I came up with this idea, this is exactly what I want to see, because this is transformational for Coshocton, for the county, and actually for the whole region as we put these projects together. I do want to thank Omega. Vicki is speaking next. Our office is very small, so the way this program was designed was from a grassroots. The governor didn't want us in Columbus deciding what you wanted in Coshocton. So these were all grassroots projects. It was very competitive. We had over $2.1 billion in applications, and we had $500 million, which is a lot of money, but it's not $2.1 billion. So with the efforts that Commissioner Skyrock described, you were successful in your application, and I just can't be more pleased to be here. Director Mahalik also sends her congratulations. She had another family engagement, but I know she will be very proud to see all the great things that are happening here. Commissioner Skyrock and Mary were here a few years ago. Time doesn't mean, it seems like we were just here yesterday for the ribbon cutting, so time kind of runs together. But we were just standing here, and they had a vision. It started, as Commissioner said, back in 2000. So I know all the people here have had some role in it. We were just a partner in things that you already had a vision for. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to build upon what the community wanted to do and make it happen and draw in other investment. And I know there's other families and businesses that have joined in. So this is just a great project. And we want to tell the story of this project and the Coshocton Collaborative. So we're working with Omega and some of our universities. So we'll be talking about this project because we want to build upon. We don't want this to be it. We want to continue to build into the future upon the investment that this community is making. So congratulations.
Next we have Vicki King Maple. She is the director of Ohio League Governments Association, and they were who helped us submit the grant and helped work with us to administer the grant as well. So well, as Director Terry said, we are going to be talking about this
for a long time indeed. And congratulations, Coshocton County. This truly is a milestone moment, and we could not be more thrilled that it's happening right here in Coshocton. You know, I stumbled upon a quote that stated, "It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan." And I'm going to repeat that. It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. And I thought that was so appropriate because no truer words, number one, have ever been spoken, but might I also add that behind every wish and behind the plan is also a vision and a visionary, a champion, someone who's willing to sacrifice, someone who's willing to just really seek out those resources and build a team around them and craft the action steps, someone who's willing also to trust a process. Processes that aren't always easy to trust, and someone also who will take that process, shore up a plan, and then follow a plan. And Coshocton, I think we have to owe a significant amount of gratitude and applause to that visionary that you have in Mary Beth. And you know, as she said, and certainly as with anything worth doing, there are moments of disappointment, there are moments of high emotion, and you know, that's to be expected, it really is. But there also, folks, is always a sense of trust that has to be had. Trust in the timing, trust in the process, trust in all of us who are in this together, and trust in our word. And with that, I also wish to acknowledge the trust that was also placed in Coshocton, in those county commissioners, in Mary herself and her entire team that pulled this together. And that's acknowledgement also from our Omega team. First, I wish to acknowledge Mr. Alan Knapp. He is the one who is managing our Appalachian Community Projects. Mr. Alan Knapp over here. Also, our Public Information Officer from right here in Coshocton County, Kennedy Hart. And a little baby on board that we cannot wait to meet. Of course, little Tommy Hart, who we're expecting any week now, right? And then, of course, we also give a lot of acknowledgement to what are called our owner's representatives. And this was a team from compliance. And what they did was, and Mark, thank you for being here as well, they ensured that guidance and those trusts were adhered to every step along the way for the county, for Omega, for this entire project. So thank you very much as well. And so we, along with, Coshocton County, we're going to be forever grateful to Governor DeWine and to the Governor's Office of Appalachia, to, of course, Director Mahalik and the Ohio Department of Development for investing in Appalachia. And yes, you heard Director Carey correctly when he said that Governor DeWine chose to invest $500 million into Appalachia. And so we're incredibly proud of that. And we want to thank also each of those individuals for taking the time to walk this site with us, to see the vision before it was ever what you're seeing today, and to experience, of course, with us the magic of the vision. And I just have to also mention, because part of our Omega team is here, at Omega, since the time that I have served with you since the third quarter of 2023, our small but mighty team has crafted well over 500 grant applications, helping to secure, procure, and manage, and then invest over $72 million into this Appalachian region that we call home. But I have to say, this award, this application, this project is more than just one of those data points that we're proud of. We serve 10 counties. We are actually responsible to 10 counties, 13 cities, 99 villages, and 177 townships, as well as over 600,000 people. But again, Coshocton County and the city of Coshocton, they're more than that to us. This is special, and each of you are incredibly special, and we consider you a home away from home for many of us, and you deserve this. I think that's the message that I want people of Coshocton to hear as much as anything, is you deserve this. You deserve this moment, you deserve this long-term project to serve you and your folks and the generations to come. And one of the things I'm going to challenge each of you to do is to understand that while every good project does begin with a vision, again, it also begins with people. It begins with the people who will stand behind and who will believe in and who will have that trust. And only then can projects like this move at the speed of trust. So with that, again, we thank you, Mary. We thank you, the Board of Commissioners, for trusting us at our word. Thank you for trusting Omega as your economic development district and regional council of government. Thank you for trusting us with your vision. And now we are going to, of course, trust that you will continue to
responsibly grow, responsibly thrive, and really just continue to trust one another. And with that, we know this is really just the beginning, or a continuation of more greatness to occur here in Coshocton County. And what a blessing it is to also celebrate it during our great nation's 250th birthday. Y'all are a blessing. And with that, thank you.
One thing we did forget, I think, that we not really forget, but what do you guys think of all the flowers? Aren't they beautiful? We need to thank Coshocton in Bloom for that. We need to thank Judge Tim France. We need to thank Deb Garmer, Christy Leindecker. You guys are amazing, and you were so easy to work with, and we appreciate all your hard work. We really do. Next up, we have Margie Ramsey. Margie is Granger Construction. She's regional director. Regional vice president. Sorry, I think she got promoted recently. So with that, Granger is our construction manager at risk. They were here on site every day, making sure everything got done. They were here to help the contractors, and just all around wonderful people to work with. Margie?
Hello everybody. Thank you so much for having us here today. It's been such an honor to work with Coshocton County, the county commissioners, administration. I'll speak into it a little bit, thank you. And the community. This is actually the second project that we've had the privilege to work for in Coshocton, and it's just been a wonderful experience. As other people have mentioned, a special thanks to Mary and to Robin for the daily partnership to make this project successful, and also want to highlight the Coshocton County Engineers Office and Kelly Architectural Services for their partnership along the way, but especially the tradespeople, which are all over. They rallied together at some points. We were battling weather, and we had some tense moments of trying to make sure we made it to the deadline. And they care so much about the community being a part of it. They stepped up and made sure that it happened. So there's just too many to mention individually, but thank you guys for all of your hard work and your commitment to making sure that we met the deadline here today. There's a few unique things and fun challenges that I would like to highlight about the project. If you haven't had the opportunity, there's a fun little fact sheet that we made that's up here by the donut area. Maybe afterwards you can grab it, but a few of those things, I know that many folks know about the first roundabout for Coshocton County that's right behind us. I went in a very busy intersection. But some of the things you may not know is that during excavation there was also a century-old masonry infiltration well buried beneath the area. I believe it's close to where the playground was. So we ended up having to remove that, and that was a fun little fact that we found. But probably the most notable is the mussels, and not small ones, but large ones. And in fact, there's 14 species of mussels right here in your Muskingum River, or in the river right behind us. And the boat ramp, when we were going to install that, we had to make sure that none of those are endangered, because apparently in Ohio there's a lot of endangered mussels. So thankfully, as Mary had mentioned in the beginning of this ceremony, there were so many things that we were worried about, and it seemed like that it ended up not being as much of a worry that we needed to be. So thankful for that. And then lastly, kind of the way that we constructed about a 20-foot portion of that boat ramp, we actually poured it on ground and pushed it in with two 20-ton bulldozers very carefully. And so that was a unique way to do that, and it was pretty cool. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. We have some fun photos. I would like to spend just a moment to introduce the project team. Chrissy Anderson, could you raise your hand over there, Chrissy? She was our project manager from the construction management side. And then Matt Bauer, our superintendent over here. If any of you saw him during the project, you probably also saw his right hand band Jack Bauer, which is his dog, who's here with him. It's awesome. And then Caleb, our intern for the summer, that helped us get it to the finish line. So thank you guys. And then just on behalf of Granger, we are just deeply appreciative of you, of Coshocton County, giving us this opportunity to continue this relationship and having the trust in us to make sure that we fulfill our commitments. And it's just been a wonderful journey. So thank you guys so much.
I think another fun fact, and I'm not sure, but we were your first Parks and Rec
Yes, in Ohio.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next person I'm going to call up is our county engineer, Josh Kemp. Now, Josh did the design for all of this, and he probably hates to hear me. When he sees my name on the phone come up, he probably runs out of the room because I changed things so many times. And he was so wonderful to work with, and he has dedicated so much time and energy to this project. We cannot be more appreciative of that, Josh. And with that, I'm going to let Josh talk about it.
So I guess I'll give a little history about kind of how I came into the picture. I started with the county engineer's office back in 2020, and since then it feels like we've been helping or assisting with the different projects that have been going on with Skip's Landing down here, from demolition and creating the first Skip's Landing iteration here to the McWayne River paths. Feels like we've been involved with all that. So when the commissioners, Mary, came to me with this project and were asking if I'd be interested in doing the design work, I was very hesitant on taking it on. I did say no at first. And after that, it worked on me a little bit. I had never done a roundabout. I had never done a project of this magnitude doing the design work. But I also wanted to keep as much money as possible into the project itself and the tangibles, the things that we could actually see and not in engineering plans and things like that. So that was a large motivation, as I really wanted to be as effective with the money that we had as possible. So with that, I went through and designed the roundabout, designed the parks. I didn't have anything to do with the buildings or electrical or the playground equipment, but as far as layout, that's more what I did. And I am very happy to see the results of all that work. So, and that's kind of why I wore my attire that I did today, because I am very happy that this project is wrapping up, that we're going to be done with it. And I guess I hope that this becomes a very nice event center that we can do many things in the community at, because we've got two rivers that bring other communities to here. And having this as a center, I think, is a great thing to have. So I hope that our community gets creative in the events that we can hold down here and make great use of it. Something else I wanted to draw attention to is the American flag that we have in the roundabout. Both that pole and the flag were made by companies here in Coshocton County. So I think that's very nice. At the center of all this, we have stuff that was made right here in the county. So that's all I have to say. I appreciate being a part of this project, and I hope that we can continue to use it well. Thank you.
Next on our list are John Cleek and Jillian Flowers. They are with CDC of Ohio, and they helped us through the grant process. They helped us guide us, kind of herd the cats and get us all together and get everybody on the same page. And they've been here through this whole project helping out as well.
Thank you, Mary. I'm John Cleek with CDC of Ohio, and I want to thank everybody for inviting us here today. I'm here with my colleague, Jillian Flowers, and Jillian's been with us here since day one and saw this project all the way to today for the ribbon cutting. So I want to thank Jillian for all of her efforts there. First of all, I want to call out and thank the Governor's Office of Appalachia. Without this never would have happened. I mean, I've been doing this about 40 years, and this is truly a generational type of project. and I hope that it serves as a catalyst for future projects here in Coshocton County. I'd like to thank Omega for taking the lead on this project. I'd also like to reach out and thank Tiffany with the Port Authority and her staff, along with the City of Coshocton, Mayor Mills and his group over there, Max Crown. And a special call out to the County Engineer's Office. Fred, I'm telling you, we couldn't have done it without you and Josh. This really helped us stretch our dollars a long way, so we really appreciate that. So lastly, I'd like to thank the county commissioners and all their dedication to their service to the county and their support of us as a firm. The public and private sector collaboration here, it never would have happened without everybody mentioned, and I'm sure I'm missing a few. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jillian to say a few things, and thank you all for coming out.
All right, I'll try to talk as clearly and loudly as I can here. Thank you all for being here as we celebrate this exciting milestone for Skip's Landing. Today is about more than a ribbon cutting. It's about celebrating a vision that became reality through collaboration, perseverance, and shared commitment to the future of Coshocton County. Skip's Landing represents the vision of the Coshocton County Commissioners, community leaders, and local partners to create a destination where people can gather, connect, and experience the very best of what this community has to offer for generations to come. It is a place where roots are planted, loved ones return home, and lasting memories are made, a true anchor for Coshocton County. More than a park, Skip's Landing reflects the spirit of this community. Like the confluence of the three rivers, it symbolizes coming together of people, ideas, and opportunity. At CDC of Ohio, we are especially grateful for the Coshocton County Commissioners for placing their trust in our team to help them through the Appalachian Community Grant Program. Skip's Landing is a testament to what can be achieved when leadership, partnership, and a shared vision come together. As we cut this ribbon today, we're not just opening a destination, we're celebrating a lasting investment in Coshocton County, one that will bring people together, strengthen our community, and create memories. Congratulations to the Coshocton County Commissioners and the many public and private partners who helped make this project possible. Thank you for allowing CDC of Ohio to be a part of this remarkable journey. Now, let's celebrate and officially welcome to everyone to Skip's Landing.
Next up, we have Representative Mark Ryman.
Thank you, Mary. It wasn't that long ago that we were all standing here in a muddy field for the groundbreaking, and what a fantastic transformation this has been. I just want to thank all of you who had the vision and planned this project, and those of you that built it. Without all of you, none of this would have happened. And there are so many fantastic things happening in Coshocton right now. We don't have time to list them all. So I just want to thank everyone for all your involvement and vision on the project. And I have, on behalf of the Ohio House of Representatives, I have a proclamation that I will present to the commissioners.
We have Mr. Tyler Phillips, and he's speaking on behalf of Senator John Houston.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tyler Phillips, and I'm with the Office of U.S. Senator John Husted. I just want to say thanks for having us out here today. Big thanks to Mary for hosting this event and sending the invite to our office and celebrating this great milestone for Coshocton County. So I have a certificate I would like to read here today on behalf of Senator Husted. I want to apologize for him not being here today. But I am honored to recognize Skips Landing on the occasion of its grand opening in Coshocton County. Skips Landing will serve as a valuable addition to the region, providing the community with an outdoor recreational area that will benefit residents and visitors for generations to come. I congratulate the people of Coshocton County as they celebrate this grand opening, and I extend my warmest wishes for the enduring success and enjoyment of this wonderful new community landmark. Thank you.
Okay, and the last person we have on the list is Eric Skelly. So when we started this project, and we had finished the roundabout, and I got a call from Eric, and he said, I think we want to be part of that area down there. Can you meet me and talk to me about what we could do? So he came over, and he walked around, and he looked, and we gave him some ideas, and he came back with some things, and we really liked what he wanted to do, and we were all for it. It's unique in itself, the area, the Wendell and Hilda Skelly Memorial Fund, and it's going to be called the Skelly Riverside Riverside Place. And I want Eric to come up and talk to you about that and about who helped him do it and why they chose to do it. Eric.
Thank you, Mary. First thing I'd like to do is recognize that I'm here on behalf of my family, and there is a ton of them here. There was a ton to start with, but there's a whole bunch more now. So, Skellies, can you wave, do something, show everybody the support that we have here today. So we try to do everything as a group, although there's only a few of us that still live around here, but they have been a key piece of this. The other thing I'll do real quick is recognize a few people that helped me along the way. First of all, Jonas. Jonas is here. Creekside Vinyl was our general contractor for everything over at the new picnic area. There were some people here in the back by the flagpole that helped me a ton. The guys from Hathaway's, Don Wells is hiding back there, but he was great to work with. We worked side by side, even though we were managing two different projects, per se. Bob Pale, of course, at the Coshocton Foundation, who manages our fund. And just a couple of really off-the-wall thank yous. Kyle Dobbins, I don't even know Kyle Dobbins. There he is, right there, okay. Kyle Dobbins, how about the documentation and the progress reports that we got from that guy? So thanks Kyle. Very, very appreciative of that. So a little bit about who we are, this Skelly family. Our mother was well known in the community, not so much our father, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but when our mother died in 2018, we sat down with Bob Pell and said, we have a vision, and we would like to create a fund that supports the people of Coshocton County in memory of our parents. So we had that meeting. If I remember, guys, it was even before Mother's funeral that we sat down around the table and did that. It was really important to us. So we sat down with Bob, we created this fund, and we have done some other projects in the community already. We've supported Disc Golf, Kids America, other nonprofits, but we wanted to create a wow project and do it big. So that's how we got involved here. So as Mary already said, in late April of 2025, we got together and started talking, and this project was already started. she asked me, where were you 8 months ago? And I told her that we had some money and we wanted to spend it and we wanted to be involved. But with our busy schedules, it wasn't until August of that year that we actually had our walk around. So there's been a lot that's happened in the last year. We met with Josh some and got some input from Josh, and there was a lot of people along the way that we talked to. We also had some bumps in the road along the way, and there were some obstacles that I didn't think were going to be able to be overcome, and I thought this project was dead. But we persevered, and we made it. So I contacted Jonas and the team up at Creekside, and I said, I need you guys to help. Are you willing to help us? And he said yes. And the folks at Creekside did all the planning. They did all the design work. They got all of our permits. I'll just say, speaking of obstacles, we got all our permits. Every picnic shelter, every swing pergola that you see over there had to have its own individual permit. So we worked through it and we got it done. So in February, late February of this year, is when we finally got our final approvals to really start the project. So as you know, in February of this year, this project was well underway. So we came on as a separate project and kind of managed on our own over there, but I can't say enough about how everybody worked together over here. It didn't matter who you were, who you were representing, everybody worked very well together over here. So we have built this area over there between the two wildflower plots and along the Riverwalk, Skelly Memorial in memory of our parents, and we've put in 4 picnic shelters with individual picnic tables. So the idea here is, in that area, is it's more personal, it's more private. If you want to come with your family, you want to come with maybe just you and your spouse, we have these picnic shelters. If you want to do a big picnic, we have the wonderful Don Wells Pavilion. You can go there. Also, the swings that have been built along the river, again, they're private. They're for a couple of people to enjoy just sitting along the river. There's a few things that are left undone over there. So as you go over and look around and check it out, and we hope you do, there's still some picnic or some park benches that are coming. We have the pads poured for them, but they'll be along the walkway also. Nice park benches. So there'll be 6 swing pergolas, 6 park benches, and then these 4 shelter houses. Also, we got a little bit of drainage work we still need to work on, but we'll get there with that. I've been promised that that's going to be taken care of. Also, I think you're going to do some sort of reservation process for the shelters or something. So talk to the county about that. Talk to Mary. If you do go over into the area, stay on the paved walkways. There's a lot of fill that has not settled in yet, that just got done in the last several days. So stay on the paved walkways as much as possible. So with that, today, the children of Wendell and Hilda Skelly and their families present the gift of Skelly Riverside Place in memory of our parents to the residents and visitors of Coshocton. Enjoy.
Thank you, Eric. And now you see why I said this has really been a gift from God for our community. In closing, I would really like to thank Mark Mills and Max and Tiffany at the Port Authority, the city, and everybody. We worked together so hard and collaborated on the projects that we put forth to the governor's office for this grant process, and we were lucky enough to get awarded. And we can't, they have cheered us on the whole way with this, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate them as well. And if there's anybody I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. We appreciate everybody. As everybody has said, we work together so well It was like a common goal, and everybody wanted it done, and we did it. And I hope everybody enjoys it, and thank you so much, and enjoy.
I was going to right. My brain's just not working. Okay, that's why let you get lost. Where they kidnap you?